Hello, I'm Whitney Dumang, and I am a first year law student. I'm doing this video today so that I can share some of the steps I took and the process that I went through in order to successfully gain admittance into law school. I was inspired to do this because since I've been a law student, on quite a few occasions I've shared steps on how to get into law school with people who are interested. And these people that I've shared with are usually women of color like myself. And women of color are underrepresented in the law school. The numbers are very low. So I would like to help facilitate a change and increase diversity in law school, even if it's just by sharing my story, because I feel that as you go through the admissions process is challenging, and the more information you have to prepare yourself, the more successful you will be. So, when I decided to go to law school, I knew right away that I would have to take the law school admissions test and that I would need to do a personal statement and get letters of recommendation. And I had a friend who was applying to law school at the time, and she had told me about the LSAT prep company that she used, which was Latino Justice. It's a nonprofit organization, which is what I decided to use. But either way, you need to definitely take a LSAT prep course. The test is it's more so testing like a strategy, and it's also critical thinking and analysis, but I think that it's imperative that you take a prep course so that you understand what's being tested, you have a strategy down for test day, and that whichever prep course that you take, that you're taking actual LSAT prep tests, practice tests, actual tests, so that when you go and take the LSAT, it's not any surprises that, well, there can be some surprises. I felt like I had a surprise in the game section, but for the most part I had taken numerous practice tests. I kind of knew the range I was in for scores, so when I took the test and I received my score back, it was what I had expected it to be, and I was happy with it. So I would like for you to take the test and get a score that you're happy with, and I think that the best way to do that is to take a LSAT prep test. And now these prep courses can be expensive, but there are ways to get it for an affordable price. I went through a nonprofit organization, so you can definitely look into nonprofit legal diversity organizations in your area to see if they offer something. And if not, the national LSAT prep companies usually offer some type of financial aid. I know that Blueprint offers financial aid. I'm not endorsing them, but I know that they offer financial aid to persons who receive the LSAC fee waiver, which I will talk about shortly. But in addition to enrolling in a prep course, another thing that you can do to get your applications rolling is contact your professors or former employers for your letters of recommendation. I recommend reaching out to them early because people get busy. And while you're preparing for the LSAT, if you reach out well in advance before applications are due or applications even open, then it gives the person time to either give you an affirmative answer, whether they will give you a letter of recommendation, and gives them time to write the recommendation so that you're not scrambling at the last minute trying to get letters of recommendation. As far as personal statements go, it's good to also have someone review your personal statement for any like grammatical errors and things like that. So it's best to, even if you're a great writer, to have someone go over it and just read it and give you feedback. Now, what I learned about later in the process were diversity statements. Diversity statements are additional to the personal statement, and they allow you to just speak about your background, your experience. It's not necessarily based on race or being a woman, but that it can definitely be a part of it, but it's also just a good way to show like other sides of you and to show like what you bring to the table as far as the law school applicant pool, because you want to differentiate yourself amongst the other applicants. So that's something that I definitely recommend doing. In addition to a personal statement, to also do a diversity statement. It can definitely help you to further strengthen your application.